Ooni of Ife has challenged the North today that without the Yorubas, that Buhari, the northern most powerful oligarch, wouldn't have become the president. That's what he said. In fact, he challenged Shettima. He said, without the southerner, right, this Nigeria that the North are currently defending because of America would have disintegrated since 10 years ago. We will remember that in 2014, 2015, when Buhari was all out, very aggressive, very desperate for power, he brought in bandits, he brought in Boko Harams, he brought in all manners of Fulani militias, according to the reports, to topple and, of course, to house Jonathan in 2014, 2015. But a gentleman that Jonathan is, he stepped down when he saw that the result was not going to towards him in his favor. Immediately, what he did, he called Buhari and said, "Oga, congratulations," and that was how the Nigerian democracy was saved. So, what is Ooni of Ife trying to point out? It is clear that the Nigerian contraption remains one because the southern Nigerian people have not decided that this country must end. As simple as that. Nigeria remains one because our southern traditional leaders, the likes of Ooni of Ife, Oba of Benin, Obi of Onitsha, all of them are still quiet. They've not gotten pushed to the wall to start demanding for a peaceful disintegration of this country. And this is why you see that the North, by all ramifications, are the most powerful in this country, whether you like it or not. So what we see is Ooni of Ife can just simply remind the North that without the Southern support, without the Yoruba support, in 2015, the North that is so much celebrated today, or the Buhari that was honored, wouldn't have become who he is. But again, what is the moral of the story? The moral is very simple. The North are not as powerful as most of us think they are. We all remember how Buhari did everything to become the president. He tried it in first time, second time, third time. It was on the fourth time that he became the president, through with the support of the Southern behemoth. So the problem we have is that Ooni of Ife challenging the North is not enough for me. Ooni of Ife maybe spiting Shettima, ridiculing him. That is not the crux. Our traditional leaders must begin to understand that Nigeria cannot work. Whatever largesse they are earning, because these people, they have a percentage they take from every state allocation. Yes. The Ooni of Ife has a percentage, I think about 3% if I'm not mistaken. So if 3 billion gets into Ife today, you will get 3%, which is about 300 million or 3 million. I don't know. But you know what I mean? So these issues of corruption, this issue of Nigerian current system that has silenced most of them, where most of them are complicit, they just look away regarding, despite the Nigerian illegality and injustice, you know, Ooni of Ife telling Shettima without, no. Jonathan was actually cheated out. Jonathan was bullied out. And do not listen to those words of wisdom coming from the Ooni of Ife that the South or Jonathan stepping down was what kept Nigeria. They don't care. As far as I'm concerned, they do not care. What they not want at every point in time is, let us be the one in charge of the federal might and federal power. That's what they want. No matter the preaching, no matter the gospel, no matter the evangelism, Ooni of Ife does that. Well, we supported you guys. We helped you defeat Jonathan. What of you? What you must understand is the North do not care about that. In fact, the North does not even care that Jonathan stepped down. I'm telling you. And these are the issues, because as a nation, we must begin to be selfish. The North are eternally selfish. The North have been favored in the Nigerian 99 Constitution. Most of their cultures, most of their religion, most of their way of life has been given sovereignty in the Nigerian question. Most of them understand that with the 99 Constitution, as herders and farmers, they can roam around, they can invade people's farms, they can do all manner of things, and nobody will stand up to challenge them. Yes. So these issues that we have in the contraption is why I say that it is not enough for Ooni to be spiting, to be maybe reminding Shettima. It's not enough. What the Ooni of Ife must do is very simple. They should begin to seek for a peaceful decentralization or dissolution, complete separation of the country. This is what they're supposed to do. While I understand that most of these kings have sworn an oath to the constitution of the country, but Nigeria should not continue this way, wherein we have no voice of reasoning that will not be attacked and vilified. It doesn't make sense. A contraction whereby if one of us is complaining because of maybe marginalization, inequality, and what have you, they will tell him to keep quiet, that after all, there are other 300 tribes in Nigeria that are also not recognized. And this is why I keep saying Ooni of Ife should, for gods, for all the gods in having him, for all the might in having him, he should begin to lead by the front, where we understand that Obi of Onitsha has never for a day called for complete secession. Oba of Benin has never for a day called for Obi of complete secession. Where we understand that most of these traditional kings are always complicit towards the government, because they all have what they benefit, because they all enjoy the largesse of the one Nigerian, you know. And this is part of the illegality why Nigeria remains captured, why Nigeria cannot push forward on ridiculing Shettima, joking with Shettima, doing all these things is not our solution. Our father, Ooni of Ife, what we need is a call for the complete decentralization of the country. Basically, the major sectors such as police, internal security, what's it called, the border affairs, all these organizations and agencies must be equipped to the teeth, and of course, with a proper administrative officer that will manage their situations. Because we cannot continue like this, whereby the Ooni of Ife will begin to speak in parables to the North, and all what the North will do is to retaliate in equal measures. It's unheard of, is unbecoming, and of course it must stop, because the Nigerian people are already fed up. About 60 to 75 Nigerians, according to my statistics, are fed up of the unity of this country. Most of them just simply want to be on their own so they can hold their regional players closely. And indeed, when the government becomes shrinked and the people are now with the understanding that this person is working for us, I can categorically tell you that most of our residents living in any part of this country will begin to approach the government with keen interest, because we shouldn't be having the likes of Jonathan, who is being applauded today by Obasanjo for whatever he did as becoming the hero of democracy. That's not what we're talking about. The Fulani elders, the Fulani Center have made up their mind to frustrate our power brokers from the south, to frustrate our negotiator from the southeast. They've done everything. But again, the Nigerian government is complicit, very complicit.
If you love President Goodluck Jonathan, please can you give him a resounding round of applause? That can keep you all busy. Just keep clapping for him. Maybe that will distract you. I think you can do better. Thank you very much. Your Excellency, today is your birthday. Also today is the 10th anniversary of something very close to your heart. We all know at some point in the course of my life and career, I was very privileged to meet with you for the first time, with my predecessor, my late father of blessed memory, Ooni Oluboshe the second. But that was very far off. Again, I had another opportunity to meet you, but that meeting, for the rest of my life, it will continue to linger on. I met you at the nick of you leaving the office. My group then, we were the last set of people you had an official meeting with at the villa. And you said to us, we should have come, but this is your very last official meeting. You will pray for us. We are all young people, and you wished us well. And you said to us what you are always saying, that the blood of every Nigerian is so important to you than your political ambition. Today, I stand in front of you. My predecessor was still alive then when I came to Abuja at the villa, not knowing that he will soon join his ancestors. And 10 years ago as well, you're celebrating 10 years of your foundation today. Today, I want to tell you too that to the glory of God, this is my 10th year on the throne of my forebears. You also prayed for me then, and your prayer actually came to pass in my life. This is the greatest achievement for me, and to the glory of God, it is dedicated to the youth of our country to continue to propagate the emancipation of our youth. Your Excellency, I thank you very much for Good Luck Jonathan Foundation you set up 10 years ago. Please, I use you as a point of contact to celebrate and greet all dignitaries that are here. I want to use you also as a point of contact to stand on all established protocols. But I will greet the father of our nation, especially the President, Federal Republic of Nigeria, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, ably represented here by our very intelligent Vice President, Senator Kashim Shettima. Thank you for coming. Thank you for honoring your own. They laid all this foundation of what you are building on. You can imagine, let us play it back. If His Excellency President Goodluck Jonathan actually refused to surrender power, maybe we will not have the Vice President here today. On this note, let us appreciate him. Let us clap for him. Let us honor him. I think you can do better for him. Let us stand on our feet. Since we are all talking and chatting, let us appreciate this elder statesman that God has given to our nation. He laid that foundation of peace. He laid that foundation of unity. He said each and every blood of us, our blood flowing through our vein, is more important than his own political ambition. Let us honor him. Give him a resounding round of applause. Stretch your legs, stand up, give him, keep clapping for him. If you know that he truly deserves this legacy of honor. For me, I believe so. We should be celebrating him all the time, and we'll continue to celebrate him. I want to thank our mothers too. I can see Ajia Abacha. I can see our mama patients. I didn't tell you to sit down because you decided to be talking when we should be honoring our very own. So please remain standing. That's a traditional order. Okay, you can be seated. Thank you very much. On this note, Your Excellency, I want to thank God Almighty for your life of simplicity, your life of grace, your life of honor. And what is in this world, you have shown it to all of us that it is only God that gives power, and it is only God that takes it away. You are very popular across all the four corners of this continent. There is no major election they're doing across the entire continent and even beyond that they will not call Good Luck Jonathan Foundation to come and observe. It is a good and a very formidable giant stride. Keep up the good work. God will bless you and bless all the works of your hand. Happy birthday. God bless you and bless your legacy. Many happy returns from the throne of Oduduwa. God.
The deed has been done by Justice Omotosho against Nnamdi Kanu. Yesterday, so much happened right there in the court, just as it happened in the United States Congress. As a matter of fact, the US congressman had to prop up the issue of Nnamdi Kanu, stating that in Nigeria that there is a common act of injustice against voice of reason. So many people in Nigeria do not disagree with about 70% of what Nnamdi Kanu says. Oh yes, because about 80% of Nigerians today, right from the middle belt into south, really want Nigeria to be restructured, to be either peacefully disintegrated, state police, they want seaport in the southeast, decentralization of the police system. I mean, basically, everything that Nnamdi Kanu says surrounds around this objective and goals. But what people do not, in most cases, agree with is violent rhetorics. But pushing that aside, now that Nnamdi Kanu has been convicted to spend the rest of his life in prison, like I said yesterday, that the Nigerian contraption is where we will always see a conflict or this animosity between the Yorubas and the Igbos. Okay? Because right now the narrative is a Yoruba has condemned the Igbo hero. No. Because the Igbos and the Yorubas cannot do with them without themselves. If you take a look at our industries, if you take a look at our marital life, if you take a look at our business culture, we are too intertwined, all right? But on the politics side, this is where the problem lies. The US have called on Tinubu that you could have given so many people clemency. It is up to you. Because the US congressman is saying that we must stop pumping funds into countries that will continue to maintain impunity on the voice of reason. If I start counting people that have been sent into jail because what they simply ask for is justice, the likes of Ken Saro-Wiwa, Herbert Macaulay, name it. I mean, these were the people that were incarcerated for simply saying that you cannot continue to rape us, exploit us, and at the end of the day, you stretch towards the end shot of the stick. That's happened. These are the cries of Nnamdi Kanu. Can Tinubu then go ahead to take the next action? Yes, so many of us have said for Nnamdi Kanu to have gone out of that case, I mean, it would be a miracle. Because the Nigerian government, in one way or the other, they want to dent his image. And this is why you see why Justice Omotosho yesterday, he was so angry, saying that you insulted me, you do this, you in fact, you the way you were slapping security, he just took it personal. But that has been done. The deed has been done. The next step is for Tinubu to step up. Yes, because indeed, if you take a look at the strict restrictions they give Nnamdi Kanu in that judgment of yesterday, okay? I don't want to call it a shambolic, but it seems like a shambolic judgment. The restrictions attached to it is Nnamdi Kanu should be confined in a solitary where only him will be there. He won't have access to mobile. He won't have access to his family. Anytime he wants to talk to his family, Nuhu Ribadu was there. Imagine Nuhu Ribadu. So anytime Nnamdi Kanu says, I want to talk to my wife, maybe he has the right to talk to his wife